Hello everyone, welcome to the section 5, which is a sensible principle for smell. So let's begin with the section 5, the principle of smell. Smell is often called our primal sense for a very specific reason. As you can see from the diagram, the olfactory bulb, the part of our brain that processes smell, has a direct and future connection to the limbic system. This is a brain center for emotion and long-term memory. And this unique biological wiring is why a single sense can trigger vivid memories and strong emotion much faster than anything we see or hear. And it's precisely this power that makes sense so marketing so effective. So what are the key characteristics of smell that we as marketers need to manage? Let's start with the physical attribute. First is product congruence. So this simply means that the scent must feel like a natural fit for the product or environment. For example, a premium shoe store that uses a subtle, rich leather scent feels authentic and reinforces the quality of its products. Second is the scent intensity, the strength of the smell. This is a delicate balance. If a scent is too weak, it goes unnoticed. But if it's too strong, as we all probably experience, like here, about the smell of the opposite person, it becomes overpowering and can drive customer away. Now we move to the psychological power of scent, which is where its true marketing potential lies. Smell has a strong link to emotion, bypassing our rational thoughts to trigger immediate feelings like calmness or happiness. It's also our most powerful memory trigger, which is known as the browse effect, where a scent from our past can unlock a flow of vivid, detailed memories. Think of how we smell of a baked apple and cinnamon can instantly evoke warm feelings of family holidays. Scents also directly influence our perception of value. A pleasant ambient scent can make products seem higher quality. For example, experiments have shown that customer rated the exact same pair of Nike shoes more positively when they are in the pleasantly scented room. Finally, there are gender differences. Studies show general preferences often differ. For example, between floral and fruity scents versus woody and musky one, which marketer leverage in product development. So it's crucial to understand that scent perception is not universal. It is highly shaped by our culture. What is considered pleasant in one culture may be perceived very differently in another's. Let's take example of lemongrass in Vietnam and much Southeast Asia. This scent is strongly associated with luxury spas, relaxation, and cleanliness. It signals premium, tranquil experience. However, in a Western context like the USA or Europe, lemongrass is primarily known as an ingredient in Thai or Vietnamese food. Using this scent in a hotel lobby, there could be confusing, potentially reminding guests of a restaurant kitchen rather than creating a feeling of luxury. So, how do businesses apply this in the service environment? The primary goal is to create a pleasant and memorable atmosphere. The proven benefits are significant. It can increase the time customers spend in the store, elevate the perceived quality of the environment, and positively influence their mood. For example, Muji diffuse subtle essential oils L, like lavender to create calm, minimalist atmosphere that perfectly reflect their brands. In contrast, Trung Nguyen Legend uses strong signature scents of their coffee to envelop the store, creating a powerful and energizing brand space. Scenting a space goes beyond just making it smell nice. It's about strategy. We can think of it in three ways. First one is themed scenes. Reinforce a specific idea, for example, using the scenes of coconut and pineapple at a travel agency that sells tropical vacation. Next is congruent scenes, matching the context to enhance authenticity. The smell of fresh popcorn at CGV Cinema is a perfect example. It's congruent with the movie watching experience and is a powerful tool to drive concession sales. And functional scenes signal a specific attribute. For example, a subtle printy scene in a hotel lobby is used to create an immediate impression of cleanliness and freshness. Moving on to products, scents can play two major roles. First, for example, the scent of Johnson Baby products is globally recognized and signal gentleness and care. Lemon scented cleaners use our association with the freshness and the cleanliness of the lemon itself. Second, for many products, scent is a key attribute. This is true for the entire perfume industry, where brands like Dior sell specific scents at their core products. It also applies to products like scented candles and bath products from brands like Lush, where the scent is central to the user experience. The highest level of olfactory marketing is scent branding. This involves creating a unique, custom design and ownable scent exclusively for a brand. This signature scent is then used consistently across all physical touchpoints to build a powerful, subconscious brand identity that is very difficult for competitors to copy. A great local example is Trung Nguyen Legend. While it's not a perfume, the consistent and a distinct aroma of their specially roasted coffee acts as their factor for the signature scent. It envelops their store and powerfully reinforces their brand identity as coffee experts. To see a world-class example in the signature scent in action, we look at the Singapore Airlines, where they were pioneer in this field and their customer scent Stephen Floridian Waters. So the application is incredibly consistent. It's worn as a perfume by our cabin crew, is infused into the hotel served to passengers, and is gently diffused throughout the aircraft and airport lounges. The strategic result is a seamless and luxurious brand expression. That is unique to SIA is connects the entire service journey with a single memorable scent, solidifying their premium brand image. We now move to our next sense for today. Touch. What smell is the most memorable? Touch is often considered a most intimate and persuasive scent. Touch is fundamental to how we build connection and trust. Our skin, the primary sensory organ for touch, detects a range of sensations, which we can group into three sociological aspect: pressure, light versus heavy; temperature, hot versus cold; and texture, smooth versus rough. The key psychological concept here is a need for touch, or the NFT, which drives a lot of customer behavior. There are two types. First, instrumental NFT, which is touching to gain information about product. When you tap on a watermelon to check if it's ripe, you are using instrumental touch. Second, autotelic NFT, which is touching for the pure pleasure and fun of experience. Playing with a fidget spinner is a perfect example of satisfying autotelic needs for touch. Like our other sense, how we interpret touch is learned and culturally shaped. There are key differences between high contact cultures, like in Latin America, where physical touch during conversation is common and signals warmth, and low contact culture, like in Japan or the UK, where touch between business acquaintance is rare. So a friendly touch that is encouraging in Brazil can be seen as inappropriate in Tokyo. Different material evoke specific subconscious brand attribute. Smoothness, like from silk or polished metal, signal luxury and modernity. Roughness, from reclaimed wood or raw stone, signals authenticity and nature. And hardness and weight, like in heavy watch, signal durability, quality, and importance. In the service environment, every physical element customer can touch contribute to their experience. This includes the furniture and the chair, soft and plush, or hard and wooden. It includes the tableware. It is the menu printed on a heavy cardstock or the napkin in the paper, and it also includes the surfaces, the feel of the door handle, the temperature of a marble countertop, and all these details build a complete tactile impression. A crucial strategy in retail is to encourage customers to touch brand and products. Brands like Uniqlo are master of this, with neatly stacked sweaters that invite you to feel their softness. Allowing customers to touch the products is one of the most effective ways to drive sales. And being touched by others is a more sensitive area. It depends heavily on the service and culture. For a tailor, touching a customer for measurement is necessary and professional. but unsolicited touch in most retail settings is negative. Haptic touch is active, exploratory use of touch to gather information. This is essential for evaluating products where attributes like texture, weight, or hardness are key quality indicators. We do this all the time, like whether it's squeezing an avocado to check for gripness, feeling the weight and the balance of a high-end smartphone, or testing the softness of a cashmere sweater. And interestingly, touch can alter our odor perception. For example, studies have shown that yogurt eaten from a heavy ceramic bowl is perceived as tasting richer and more satisfying than the same yogurt from a lightweight plastic cup. This also applies to the touch symbolism in packaging. A skincare cream in a heavy frosted glass jar feels significantly more luxurious and effective than the same cream in a flimsy plastic tube. The feel of the packaging transfers its perceived quality to the product inside. To see a masterclass in tactile marketing, we look no further than the Apple Store. Their entire philosophy is built around touch. First, open access and haptic exploration. Apple's core strategy is to encourage you to touch, hold, and use every single product on display. Second, they have a symbolic tactile environment. The store uses premium authentic material that you can touch, like solid oak table, stone floor, and aluminum facades. And finally, the product haptics. Apple products are engineered for touch, like the smooth cool aluminum of the MacBook, the satisfying click of an AirPod case, and the balanced weight of an iPhone, that are all designed to feel premium. And this is the end of our section, let me see, 5 and 6, and thank you for watching.